Hey, this is Mike Twombley, health coach and 6-pillar practitioner, here with Dr. Aajay, Shah and 6-pillar living. Now today we're going to be bringing you the third pillar, sleep. Now this is very, very important. Yesterday we covered quality. Today we're going to be covering quantity. Now the number of hours in which we sleep and how many times we take to get those number of hours in each 24-hour period is what we're going to be talking about with quantity. What is related to that, as well as the positives and the downsides of either getting enough or not getting enough sleep, we're going to be going over as well. So by the end of this, you'll either be inspired to sleep more, or you'll be thinking, I don't need it. Now, a lot of people have thought that same thing and thought, I don't need much sleep. And if that's you, more power to you. That is just fine. However, what I would say is that if you're not getting a full, say, 8 hours of sleep, we're searching from anywhere from 7 to 10. It really depends on the individual as to exactly how much is needed between that period or between that marker. However, 8 hours is the prime number with regards to getting the most amount of sleep in the general population. Now, each individual is going to jump into this and they're going to have to weigh out what their schedules are like, what the demands from their work, what the demands are from their family, how active their minds are in the middle of the night. We've all experienced all of these things and the draws and pulls from other areas of our lives. Now that's where managing our lives is extremely important, and we went over that yesterday with quality a bit, and today we'll be giving you a few tips on how to make sure that at least some things that are in your control can help you to get the quantity of sleep that you need to be your very best. What science tells us about not getting enough sleep is that it can actually cause diabetes, cancer, high blood pressure, heart arrhythmia, immune deficiency, and even reproductive health can be plummeting as a result of not getting enough sleep. Dr. Matthew Walker is a sleep specialist and sleep doctor who has brought to us so many studies with regards to sleep. It would be a great thing for you to dive into even some of his content with regards to sleep and what it can actually do to your health. I'm going to try and bring you a very quick video today. However, getting really deep into sleep can only help you with regards to quality, quantity, and all of the factors that we're going to be talking about in the week ahead. Now, with regards to this, it's something that he's done studies where it actually has shown that not getting 8 hours of sleep or more, memory function is actually decreased by 40%. Now, that versus a full night of sleep and someone who's pulling an all-nighter, as I'm sure you have, I'm sure Dr. Shah has as well. We've all, especially with medical school and being a physician that's on call all the time, we're all going to run into these types of things that do pull us away from being able to get that full, high quality 8 hours of sleep. However, doing everything that we can to ensure that we're getting a full 8 hours of sleep is key for us to be able to get where we want to go with regards to high quality and health and longevity, carrying us through this lifetime at the highest level possible. Now with decreased sleep, we actually see our age markers increasing. So we're actually 10 years older by not getting the sleep that we need on a nightly basis for 20 to 30 years. We actually begin to push our age markers further and further forward, losing years of our lives. So trading hours at night for years in the future may not be the best strategy for us moving forward in our health and longevity. Beyond just the years themselves, having a decreased sleep and our age markers increasing actually leads to memory functions being impaired in our older years, which is what actually happens with Alzheimer's and dementia. These two, not just in correlation, but actually going side by side throughout our older years, is not a coincidence. It actually has been found that not getting enough sleep actually leads us to these two very, very debilitating diseases in our old age. So to avoid these, the best way that we can possibly do is to take care of our sleep on a nightly basis, getting all 8 hours and ensuring that we get the highest quality of 8 hours that we possibly can each night. Now at this point, some people will say, well, I just pap an Ambien, and at that point I can get my sleep. I'll get my 8 hours, and sure, you absolutely will be. You'll be put to sleep, you'll crash. However, unfortunately, it's been found time and time again with each of the studies that have been done regarding sleeping pills of any kind that you actually get worse sleep. You do get into that stage 1 and stage 2 of sleeps, but unfortunately getting to the third stage and getting into REM sleep just doesn't happen. The quality of sleep on sleeping pills does not get into the depth and rejuvenating sleep that we actually need on a nightly basis. So while it can get you to sleep, it doesn't get you into the quality that is necessary for us to avoid disease and to be able to take on the rejuvenating qualities that are coming into the stage 3 and REM sleep that is so important for us to have every single night for all 8 hours. Now, another incredible fact that Dr. Matthew Walker has brought to us is the fact that even an hour of sleep missed in a nightly basis will cause some serious repercussions for our health, for our alertness, for our ability to be able to function during the day, and the diseases that come as a result. Now, this is so important that he actually took a look at the trends that occur around our daylight savings periods. Now, in the spring, we lose that hour of sleep. And during that time, it shows a correlation of an increase of heart attacks by 24%, an increase in suicides and car crashes during this time. So it affects our emotions, it affects our mental clarity and alertness, it affects our ability to be able to maintain our health. So even by 1 hour, it causes these changes. Now, as we get that hour back in the fall, it goes down 21% of the suicides, of the car accidents, and of the heart attacks. This is phenomenal information for us to know and for us to apply when considering what quantity we're going to take on in our daily lives with regards to the number of hours of sleep. So I'm sure so many people out there, especially you real go-getters, you physicians, you business people, all of you are probably going to be saying, but really, what can I do to hack this system? How can I possibly get more efficiency out of my life than to have to sleep 6, 8, 10 hours a day? That seems excessive. And maybe it is. However, it doesn't seem excessive to, say, Elon Musk, who gets 6 to 6.5 hours. Jeff Bezos, who's getting 8 hours of sleep. Warren Buffett, 8 hours of sleep. Who can argue with that? And if you do want to push further forward, you can go on and on through the list. There's Bill Gates, who gets 7 hours of sleep. Barack Obama, who gets 6. It's the President of the United States at his time while he was in office getting 6 hours of sleep. This is an incredible eye-opener for anyone who thinks that their job is difficult and can't get the 6 to 8 hours of sleep. It's just not true. You can get the sleep, it's just challenging sometimes. So here are a few tips that maybe can help. Setting a consistent sleep and waking schedule is going to be key for you to be able to set your rhythms in such a way that your body wakes up clear, fresh, and prepared for the day and goes to bed at the same time every night, and your body when you lay down and your mind as you lay back on your pillow. Both hit the pillow, hit the bed, and fall asleep as quickly as possible. So keep your timeline, your schedule, your sleep schedule, going to sleep and coming back up out of your sleep in your waking hours the same each day. Now that goes for the same for the weekends, and I know sometimes that's a little bit tough. However, do your very best to set a schedule and to stick to it. Second, you can drop the temperature by a couple degrees. Now, you'll find that this actually matches up with what we came to evolve through. Now, every night, the temperature drops a few degrees temperature, and it rises up as the sun comes up in the day. Now, people fell asleep and awoke based on temperature, not on light. Most of the time, you're going to hear the story told of we wake with the sun and we sleep with the sun. Well, yes and no. It has nothing to do with the light, it has everything to do with our temperature. Now as the temperature cools down and it descends, we also get to the point where we can begin to fall asleep. We become drowsy and we fall asleep more naturally. So if in your house you have it at 70 or 72 during the day, drop it down to 70 or 68 or even down to 65. The cooler the temperature by a few degrees will actually allow your body to come down and come to a peaceful, rested state, carrying you through the night for the full 8 hours, and you'll awake fully refreshed. And finally, third, shut off all electronics and begin to tap out the lights throughout your house. Start off with 2 or 3 lights, begin to move it into half of your lights, and then as you go to sleep, there should only be 1 or 2 lights just to carry you through the house to get to your bed. This will actually allow for your body to be able to start to come to peace before it actually even gets to the bed itself. So, your light, your temperature, and your schedule being consistent and consistent with what you would actually be incurring out in the outdoors is going to make your getting to sleep more natural and complete and of the highest quality for a full 8 hours. We look forward to hearing exactly what you're doing in your environment and how much sleep you're getting as a result. Dr. Shah and I are thrilled to be serving you. We encourage you to work for the future, live for the future, and sleep for the future. You have a great day, a restful sleep, and get your 8 hours. We'll talk soon.